It is the final time the Woodchucks will be playing here at Kapco Park in Mequon, Wisconsin, as it is the 6th time and the 10th time overall these two teams will face off. It's the Woodchucks and the Lakeshore Chinooks once again today here on this Sunday afternoon towards the end of July. A beautiful Sunday afternoon for baseball here in Mequon, right along Lake Michigan. Will Charlton with you once again today on the Woodchucks Baseball Nordcap. You're joining us on this Sunday for some Woodchucks baseball. The Chucks now on a 4-game losing streak after committing 8 errors in last night's game, a game that they led late into the game once again. They allowed 3 runs to the Chinooks in the 8th inning, up 8-6. And then Lakeshore would close it out in the 9th, winning by a score of 9-8. They broke a 7-game losing streak last night. And now the Chucks will look to get some revenge, as they are hoping to get back in the win column and avoid a 2-game sweep and a 5th straight loss against the now 9-15 and 23-35 Lakeshore Chinooks. The Woodchucks now 9-12 in the second half and 29-27 overall. They're facing off against the Chinooks on defense in this fashion. In the outfield for Lakeshore, from left to right, Drew Townsend, Gabe Ressler, Adam Kootway, same outfield as last night's game. The infield is also the same. Minus second base, it's Sam Omhoff at third, Joey Spence at first, Jacob Nelson at shortstop, and Trey Becker playing second base today instead of Jack Council. Behind the dish is Matthew Dupre, and on the mound is the right-hander Logan Doberstein. The Kansas State Wildcat from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, is coming in for the third time, 6'6", 225 right-hander. Only has 2 innings of work under his belt, has allowed 2 hits, 4 runs, all earned, has struck out 2 and walked 4. 18 flat earned run average for Doberstein. A 3 flat walks and hits per innings pitch rate. And has a batting average against of .222. Last appeared against the Madison Mallards. Not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that. 2 full innings on the mound. And we'll talk about that as the broadcast continues. But leading off for the Woodchucks today will be Mike Adair, who came in for a pinch hit in the 9th for Ryan Blackwell and was walked. So nothing really changed besides the fact he's now played in an extra game. But he swings through the first pitch fastball by Doberstein. And we are underway here from Kapco Park on this Sunday afternoon. 1:08 first pitch here on this 75-degree and sunny afternoon. Great day for some baseball as Adair checks that pitch. Adair, the Dayton Flyer from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, puts one down the left field line. He's heading for second. And that is a great way to start the day for the Woodchucks. Mike Adair off a 1-2 count hits one down the left field line on a push. It goes all the way to the wall. And he is in there with a double to lead things off. Mike Adair's nice hitting continues as he is now back with a second stint with the Woodchucks. Mike Adair picks up hit number 16 of the season and double number 3. In fact, his second double since he's been back with Wausau. Came into the day batting .238. As now the Chucks will be bringing Jesse Donahoe to the plate as they look to get ahead early like they did yesterday. In fact, in now the 4 games he has been back, he has hits in 2 of them, including a 2-hit game against Kokomo on July 22nd. Or I should say he has picked up his first double since coming back to the Woodchucks. And Donahoe puts one in the air into left center. Adair is going to not tag up, so Donahoe flies out, which is probably a good idea by Adair. So Donahoe is out. And that's out number 1 here in the first. Woodchucks still do have Adair at second, though. But Jesse is down. Like mentioned, Adair came in for a pinch hit last night, was walked, which was his 10th walk now in 18 games with plate appearances for Mike Adair. That brings up Drew Birkland, the Minnesota Golden Gopher, who made his first start in 10 days last night. And in the first, he hit an RBI single. So if he can do that again, he would put the Woodchucks on top 1-0 here early. He fouls off the 0-1 off-speed pitch. Berkland last night was batting in the 6-hole, now batting in the 3-hole today. He was also playing right field last night, now DHing. He was 1 for 5 with that RBI single and a reach on fielder's choice. 0-2 from Doberstein, misses outside. Drew Berkland coming into this game today, now his 38th game. Batting .298, 37 hits, 5 doubles, 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Been walked 24 times and has scored 26 runs. 2-2 from Doberstein. Misses outside. Payoff pitch now to Drew Berkland. And he swings and misses on the breaking ball. That's now strikeout number 1 for Logan Doberstein. And after the leadoff double by Adair, the Woodchucks are now looking to avoid leaving him stranded on the base path as Mike McGinnis, the cleanup batter today, the Georgia State Panther, is now up to bat. 0-1 from Doberstein is in there once again on a fastball for strike 2. Doberstein really finding his spot so far as Mike McGinnis now playing his 44th game with the Woodchucks, batting .235. Doberstein misses just outside and high with the off-speed pitch. McGinnis batting .235 on the season, 36 hits, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 31 RBIs, including 1 RBI last night on an RBI sac fly. But he swings us, and that will do it for the top of the first here. The Woodchucks, unlike yesterday, are held scoreless. Mike Adair's leadoff double leads to nothing else. And Doberstein retires the next 3 batters he faces. The Chinooks are up to bat when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Is Matt McGann in on the mound as the Baylor Bear, Chandler Freeman. Chandler Freeman, 1-0 record at 12.86 ERA. Facing off first against the leadoff man, Drew Townsend, the right-hander, throws first pitch low fastball for ball 1. Chandler Freeman from Burnett, Texas, transferred from Baylor to Baylor from Dallas Baptist University. And he misses outside with a fastball once again. Making his 5th over appearance, his 3rd start. Like mentioned, 1-0 record, 12.86 ERA, 2.29 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, and 7 full on the mound. 8 strikeouts, 8 hits, 11 runs. And he still has missed 3 fastballs that have not been in the strike zone, according to home plate umpire Jeffrey Osborne. He's allowed 11 runs, 10 earned, and has walked 8, as well as a .276 opposing batting average. Last time out was against the Rockford Rivets. In the win the Woodchucks had against the Rivets, as this one's put down the left field line by Townsend, but just goes foul toward the Woodchucks bullpen. So now a couple of strikes in a row has the count full to Townsend, who did go up in the count pretty early last year in the leadoff at bat, then flew out to center from Nick Shuddy. Payoff pitch from Freeman is hitting to center field again. And it looks like Townsend will go out in the exact same way he went out in yesterday's leadoff at bat. He flies out to Dwight Allen in center field. And that is out number 1 here in the first. So the Woodchucks have their leadoff man reach. The Chinooks don't. Once again, they're rocking those Chinook helicopter uniforms today. Those camouflage green with the yellow lettering and yellow numbers. Military and Veteran Appreciation Day here at Kapco Park. Always love to see that. As now it's Jacob Nelson, who swings and misses through the first pitch fastball by Chandler Freeman. Chandler Freeman, who features a fastball, 4-seam and 2-seam, a slider, a cutter, and a changeup. 0-1. Was a little low and outside on the cutter. Freeman, who did not pitch this past season for Baylor, took a redshirt year. Made 19 appearances, 1 start back in 2022 with the Bears, as he is looking to transfer once again. As we speak, he throws the breaking ball in there for strike 2 to Jacob Nelson, who also struck out twice, 1 of 4 strikeouts yesterday for Nick Shuddy. Those 4 strikeouts for Shuddy matches season high. 1-2 is put on the ground, fouled on the third base line over toward Mike McGinnis. Also, not too sure how this works, but Freeman picked up the win against Rockford, even though he only went 2 innings in that game. Starters, in order to be in line for the win, have to go 5 full. But they gave him a win, so he is 1-0. And, breaking ball just missed outside. That was really close. Tough take there by Nelson. But obviously you have a different view when you're batting rather than announcing in a press box. So another 2-2 from Freeman. Righty-righty matchup. Is fouled down the right field line this time by Jacob Nelson. That goes over by the kids zone here at Kapco Park. All the way on out of here. Jacob Nelson staying alive once again, batting .286 in now 8 games played. And this one is hit on a line into center field. Dwight Allen is going to run for it, and he's been busy so far. That is the second fly out to Allen. So 2 up, 2 down here in the second for Chandler Freeman on the mound. And Freeman went 1-2-3 in the a little beat up in the second by Rockford in that game. He walked 4 straight batters in the second inning after going 1-2-3 in the first, and then also hit the batter after that. So it was 5 straight bases that were allowed off non-hits. Another fly ball into center field, this time by Matthew Dupre, and Dwight Allen has caught all of them. So that will do it. Going 1-2-3 in the first for the second straight outing is Chandler Freeman. We are tied at 0 through the first frame here at Kapco Park. We'll be back for the second on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Welcome back to the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Top of the second inning as Logan Dauberstein back out there facing off against Jake Baker, who leads off the frame. It's Jake Baker, Trent Van Ness, Matt McGann, and they'll followed by Jacob Boos and Dwight Allen at the bottom of the order to round out the batting order today for the Woodchucks. 0-1 to Baker after he fouls out the first pitch, and he swings and misses through the breaking ball for strike two. Does the Kansas Jayhawk, Jake Baker. Did have an RBI single last night as well as 2 RBIs in general. As this one is hit into deep right field by Baker, and it is off the wall and right. He's heading to second, and he is going to be thrown out at second base. A really well-hit ball by Baker as the Woodchucks were looking for back-to-back innings of the leadoff double to start off the frame. But instead, it is a single for Baker, and he gets thrown out at second base off a great play by Adam Kootway, taking the ball off the wall and throwing it perfectly to Trey Becker, who was covering the bag at second. The throw had to be perfect. It was pretty much perfect to throw out Baker. So now there's one out for the new Woodchuck Trent Van Ness, the UW Stevens Point Pointer, making his Northwoods League debut. Trent Van Ness, the new number 18, takes the number over from Jake English, who is coming into Wausau after playing 47 games with UW Stevens Point this past season, D3. 2-1 from Dauberstein is popped up in the infield by Van Ness, and his first at-bat as a Woodchuck is an out into the glove of Sam Vomhoff. That's, I guess, technically 2 up, 2 down here in the second, even though Baker did put a hit on the board. So Trent Van Ness now 0 for 1 as a Woodchuck. And that'll bring to the plate Matt McGann, the catcher from Sterling Heights, Michigan, by way of Albion College. And that hit Matt McGann. So the Woodchucks will have a 2-out base runner. Pitch got a little too inside from Dauberstein. And now he's allowed his third base runner of the game. And that brings up to the plate Jacob Boos, the native of Littleton, Colorado, and also a fellow UW Stevens Point Pointer. He comes to the Woodchucks for a second time, played with the Chucks last summer for 7 games. As he swings at the first pitch of the season, fouls it off down the left field line, will go into the soccer field that's right next to the baseball diamond here. In 46 games this past year with UW-Stevens Point, he hit 288, 51 hits, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, and 36 RBIs. He was also walked 34 times and scored 45 runs. As Boost puts one on the ground, and that is going to be a play between Becker and Spence, and he is down on a ground out, so that will do it for the top of the second here. The Woodchucks still remain scoreless. Put a second hit on the board, but Jake Baker being thrown out at second kind of, I'm not going to say ruined the inning from the get-go, but made it pretty difficult to try and score at that point. The Woodchucks are back out on defense when we come back here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Still notched up at 0 through an inning and a half of play here in Mequon, as is the Chinooks back up after a 1-2-3 inning. All flyouts to Dwight Allen in center field, as it'll be the Notre Dame Fighting Irish Joey Spence leading off the inning for the Chinooks. Joey Spence takes the first pitch he sees from Freeman, a little outside for ball one. Does the first baseman, who's now playing in his 42nd game with the Chinooks, batting .247. 40 hits, 10 doubles, 5 home runs, 39 RBIs. Ground ball to Jake Baker at first base, and he corrals it. He'll make the out himself. That is out number 1. Spence on a ground out to Jake Baker.
The designated hitter, number 11, Sam Honar.
So now it is Sam Honar. Another unfamiliar name. If you have been watching the Woodchucks play the Chinooks, or listening in this case, this season, first time Honar is facing off against the Woodchucks this season. Honar only playing his 9th game now with Lakeshore, batting .194, the Maryland Terrapin. 1-0 from Freeman is hit into foul territory and is not playable for Mike McGinnis, who is trying to track it from third base. But instead, and it'll be strike one, 1-1 count now. Last time Freeman went into the second, that was against Rockford, where, like I mentioned, he walked 4 batters in a row and then hit the 5th batter in that order. He walked a run in and then hit a run in, I guess you would say. He went 2 innings without allowing a hit. That's another ground ball by Honar to Jake Baker, and he will make the play himself. So the Woodchucks have only needed really 3 defenders so far. Dwight Allen, Jake Baker, and Chandler Freeman. Three flyouts to Dwight Allen in the first, and now 2 groundouts to Jake Baker, who has made the play himself. As now looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, just like yesterday, like Nick Shuddy did, is Chandler Freeman. Now it's Adam Kootway in a righty-righty matchup. Kootway swings and misses for strike one. Does the UW Whitewater man, Adam Kootway, the right fielder once again tonight. The exact same outfield as it was yesterday for the Chinooks, like I mentioned when I introduced their batting order. Adam Kootway, Sam Vomhoff, Trey Becker, and Gabe Ressler is the rest of the order for Lakeshore. And 0-1 swung at by Kootway, put down the left field line. It goes foul. He's now down 0-2 is Adam Kootway, who was over 3 with a hit by pitch and a walk, as well as 2 stolen bases. And Kootway overall playing in his 42nd game as a Chinook. 0-2 from Freeman is a breaking ball, curve that just misses low. Kootway, .290 batting average, 40 hits in 41 games played. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, and 27 RBIs. 1-2 from Freeman is fouled off. It goes behind the stands, behind the Chinook dugout. One-two from Freeman once again. And Kootway is down swinging. The slurve by Chandler Freeman is what picks up his first strikeout of the game, and he has gone 1-2-3 in back-to-back innings just like Nick Schutte did yesterday. We're still scoreless through 2 here at Kapco Park as we head into the top of the 3rd inning, where the Woodchucks will look to get on the board for the first time. We'll be back.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Time for the top of the 3rd inning here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. It's Dwight Allen who is leading off the inning for the Woodchucks, batting in the 9-hole once again. He had a very nice debut in his second summer back with the Chucks a night ago. Going 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, 2 runs, and a stolen base as well. As Dwight Allen, the Georgia Bulldog, I'm used to saying Georgia State Panther because of Donahoe, Pearson, and McGinnis this season. But no, he is a Georgia Bulldog, is Dwight Allen. And he is now dealing with a 1-2 count. That's taken inside on a fastball from Logan Dauberstein. Can Dwight Allen get on base and start this game today? He hits one into left field. Going back for it is Drew Townsend. That is a well-hit ball by Dwight Allen. He is into second base. Make that back-to-back days with doubles for Dwight Allen. Well hit ball over the head of Drew Townsend in left field. And at Athletic Park, that might be a home run. Dwight Allen has hit his second double already, and it is only his second game played this summer. So now it's the top of the order and Mike Adair, who thought about putting a bunt down, but instead takes it high. Dwight Allen last summer with the Woodchucks, in his 24 games that he played with Wausau, had 2 doubles. That's it, 2 doubles. And he already has 2 doubles in 2 games played. And now it is a 2-0 count to Mike Adair. And Adair swings through the pitch. So now 2-1 from Dobberstein. Adair, like mentioned, hit his 3rd double as a Woodchuck this summer in his first at-bat. 1-for-1 day so far for Adair. And he fouls off the 2-1. So now 2-2 to Mike Adair, who's looking to put the Woodchucks in front. Second time they've had a leadoff base runner at second in the game. Can they capitalize this time, though? Dobberstein 2-2 to Adair, and Adair hits one into left field. Dwight Allen's got to retreat, but instead he'll just win it as it went foul. Adair tried to put it down the left field line again. But that one ended up going toward the Woodchucks dugout this time. Trying to push it again was Adair. And the 2-2 is taken for ball 3. Mike Adair looking to get on base for a second time. He's worked his count pretty well. Left-handed batting Jesse Donahoe is on deck for the Woodchucks. 3-2 is foul off again by Adair. It's a very good at-bat so far. And if he can find a way to get on base, that would be fantastic. Payoff pitch once again with Dwight Allen still hanging out at second base. Adair, ground ball. That is to Trey Becker at second. So that almost works like a sacrifice as Dwight Allen heads over to third base. Not bad way to trade out for a base if you're the Woodchucks, as now Jesse Donahoe certainly can put one into the outfield on a fly ball as a chance to put the Woodchucks in front. With Dwight Allen now 90 feet away with only 1 out on the board. As Donahoe, first pitch from Dobberstein is taking a little inside on a fastball. He flew out to center in his first at-bat. And the 1-0 from Dobberstein to Donahoe misses for ball 2. Donahoe last night was batting in the 3-hole for the Woodchucks. Picked up 2 walks and a single, was 1 for 3. Picked up what was hit number 54 on the season. Now batting .305, still coming into this game today. His 48th game played with the Woodchucks. Averages over a hit per game, does Donahoe, and that is a 4-pitch walk from Dobberstein to Donahoe. That puts runners on the corners with 1 out. As it's Drew Birkeland now with a chance to put the Woodchucks in front. Dauberstein got the better of Berkland in the first at-bat as he struck out swinging. Dauberstein. Dono is off to second, and now he's going to be caught in a pickle. As Dwight Allen is going to go home. So Dwight Allen goes home, and Dono is tagged out. So Dwight Allen was patiently waiting for Donahoe to potentially be picked off. Very good base running by Dwight Allen. Even though Donahoe is out, that is run number 1 for the Woodchucks. So now the bases are clear for Drew Berkland with a 1-0 count. And Berkland takes fastball strike 1. 1-1 from Dauberstein. Berkland takes it outside on the cutter. 2-1. As Berkland lines one into center field, and Gabe Ressler will wait for it. It falls into his glove. And that will do it for the third. But the Woodchucks are the first team to strike here, as they now lead it 1-0 into the bottom half of the inning. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchuck Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
I'm now pleased to be joined in the broadcast booth by Woodchuck Mark Schallenberger. Mark, welcome up to the call. Happy to have you on it with me today.
Glad to be here.
Freeman back out there for inning number 3 of work. First pitch, strike 1. That was nice to see the Chucks get on the board early with that little double steal attempt. Good base running by Dwight Allen there.
Yeah, I think he had a steal sign and pretty good pitch. Tough pitch to run on, so good for him stopping it there.
Ground ball to Jacob Boos at second base, and he has thrown out Sam Vomhoff, who is the leadoff man here in the third. That's now 7 straight retired batters for Chandler Freeman.
Finally getting ahead of guys. It looks good. He's using his defense. He's DA 3 times that first inning, Jake twice last inning. So once he's getting ahead, using both his pitches like that, it's really good for him. Hope he can get deep into this game for him.
I'm sure 3 or 4 would be very, or to the big pleasure of acting manager Ross Davis now. Oh, that one hit our press box on a foul ball. Trey Becker fouled it off.
Might get me a put out even though I'm on the bench today.
Right. Get you an assist maybe? Something like that?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Try to help out my pitcher a little bit.
0-1 from Freeman to Becker is fouled off again, this time down the right field line. You like playing outfield here?
I do. The clouds were a little weird yesterday. It got super dark on us, so there are a couple of those fly balls. Had a little trouble seeing them, but all in all, it's really nice. It plays real fast in the turf, and it's a little deep. It's one of the bigger parts in the Northwoods, but I feel pretty comfortable out there. I like it.
Freeman 0-2 to Becker, just a little outside and low to the second baseman, the Loyola Marymount product. Ball doesn't really fly too well here as a lefty, does it?
No, it really doesn't. Definitely one of the harder ones to get one out of. But at the same time, if your swing's working good and you're hitting balls in the line, there are triples to be had anywhere. Unless you're Jake Baker and get thrown out of it.
Just foul tipped on the 1-2 breaking ball by Chandler Freeman. Becker staying alive. So, Mark, overall, your second summer now with the Woodchucks. Been pretty fun, you'd say?
Yeah, definitely having a good time. Definitely a lot more rain this summer than we had last summer.
Oh, yeah, the rain's been a
Dealing with
killer
lot of
lately.
delays, especially in the second half since I got here. But no, having a great time for sure.
Little lonely as the last Evansville ace to hold down the fort?
Yeah, I've made enough friends now, so it still feels like a team. I mean, definitely miss Brent. Definitely wish I could play with Simon, but having a good time, and I'm glad to still be here, still doing it, still playing the game.
And unfortunately, King of Wausau no longer with us, which is a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, that's all right. He's here in spirit.
Oh, yeah, always. Chandler Freeman picked up a second strikeout. Trey Becker goes down swinging on the sliding curveball. And now he's looking for a third straight 1-2-3. And he's facing off against the 9-hitter, Gabe Ressler. Gabe Ressler yesterday was the first base runner as well for the Chinooks after Nick Shuddy had retired the first 8 batters he faced off against. Let's see if Freeman can flip the script here and get Ressler out. Off-speed swung through for strike one, inside pitch by Chandler Freeman. Already has gone longer than his outing in Rockford. Did you know he picked up the win that outing as well?
I don't think he got the one in Rockford, but
he did actually. Their scorer gave him the win.
Really?
Yeah, even though it was only 2 innings.
Oh. He definitely messed that one up. At least he looks like he's landed both his pitches, so he can keep doing that. It'd be great for him to get through 5 or 6, especially got the doubleheader coming up. A lot of games, no off days, so if we can get him through some 2 innings, it'd be great for us.
Absolutely, doubleheader tomorrow with the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors as Ressler puts one into right field, coming up for it, and grabbing it is Trent Van Ness. That is 3 straight 1-2-3 innings off the right arm of Chandler Freeman, and the Chucks will be in front 1-0 as we head into the 4th here at Kapco Park. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Well, Charlton, Mark Schallenberger with you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Mike McGinnis leads off the fourth for Wausau, struck out swinging off Logan Doberstein. Mike McGinnis, one of those hitters who likes to try and get aggressive early on in counts, and he swings through the first two pitches he sees, fouls off the first one, and then swings and misses at the second pitch. Looking to try to avoid back-to-back strikeouts is Mike McGinnis now. What have you seen from like a hitting angle so far when you were down there from Doberstein?
Yeah, so it looks like he's been landing the slider pretty good. He's throwing the slider both to lefties and righties. I thought when he was warming up, just from arm action, arm angle, that he might be more of a changeup guy to lefties, but it looks like he's been pretty consistent fastball slider to both. Slider looks like more of a a little less sweeper, especially to lefties. But it looks like he's been landing it. He got Berkman with a good one early. Got McGinnis with one. I bet he's probably going to double up, try to bury a slider here.
1-2 count again from Doberstein. Goes off speed outside. Are you kind of a fan of sliders from righties as a lefty batter?
Honestly, no, because usually, like if I get a hanging slider and it's not moving, usually that's when I'll like foul off. I'll get ahead of it. But the ones I really like are the ones like those, the ones that are up, or they'll stay away. Because that way you can just stick through the middle with it. There, that's a good pitch.
Mike McGinnis goes down looking. On an off-speed pitch, he struck out for the second time in the game. And Doberstein now with 3 strikeouts, 2 of which against McGinnis.
Definitely dealing with a bigger zone than yesterday. Guy yesterday was calling it a little bit tight, especially early in the game.
Very
Today,
tight.
This guy's showing a little bit of a tendency to expand away. You know, saw Chandler using that in the first couple innings for us. But if any pitcher can locate just right on the edges of the batter's box lines and the catcher's sticking it, you could have yourself a big zone today. And you can see there that the hitters second time through, they've already dealt with the zone, so
Right.
they're expanding a little bit more. It gets in your head, makes you swing at pitches you might not swing at to get yourself out early in the count, which is what a pitcher obviously wants.
Baker swings and misses at the 1-1. That paints the low outside corner by Doberstein. Jake Baker hit the single that he tried to get the second on. Was thrown out on a great throw from right field by Adam Kootway. And he swings and misses. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Doberstein, who already is by far into his longest outing of the season. His longest outing before this was 2 full, which, like I mentioned, came against the Madison Mallards last Saturday, where he struck out 2. His first outing was against the Kalamazoo Growlers in a win for the Chinooks, but he faced off against 3 batters without picking up an out, allowed 1 hit, 3 runs all earned. Might have been a home run just based off that. Walked a couple as well. So now Trent Van Ness is up for his second at-bat with the Woodchucks this season. And he hits one into left center, but it'll be Drew Townsend who watched it and will let it fall into his glove. That is out number 3 in another 1-2-3 inning, or the first 1-2-3 inning actually for Logan Doberstein, but he is looking pretty solid on the pitching mound. The Woodchucks will still lead it 1-0 into the bottom half of the 4th here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Chandler Freeman has gone 3 scoreless on the mound so far, retiring the first 9 batters he's faced off against. And you know things are going your way on the mound when you're facing off against a leadoff man to start the 4th inning on their side of the bat. Drew Townsend, up for the second time, flew out to center in his first at-bat, just like he did in his first at-bat yesterday. To a position you were supposed to play the other night, center field, Mark.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that. It's been a while since I've been out there, but it's nice to have a nice change of pace.
You mostly a right field, left field guy at Evansville?
Yeah, mostly.
Pop-up in the infield by Townsend falls into the glove of Jacob Boos at second base. And Townsend is down for a second time as well. Out number 1 here in the 4th pretty quickly for Chandler Freeman, who already has now been on the mound for the longest he's been on this season. His longest outing was 3 innings of work. As thinking about putting a bunt down was Jacob Nelson. Jacob Nelson also flew out to center. Dwight Allen was really busy in that first inning. 3 fly balls to the right field of the Georgia Bulldog, Dwight Allen. You played with him last summer too here, didn't you?
I did, yes, I did. It's good to see a familiar face. He's coming back. He's really good center fielder. Got unlucky with the bat last summer. He had a whole bunch of lineouts, a lot of hard hit balls, and they've been falling the last 2 days. Gotten on base 5 times last 2 games. It's really a good sign for him.
1-1 swung through by Nelson, but Allen already has 2 doubles in these 2 games he's played. He had 2 doubles all of last summer in 24 games, so must be doing something right so far.
Yeah, that's to tell you. He's been telling me he hadn't been playing games, but he's been working, he's been training, been working on the swing, and he's got great work ethic. He's a great athlete, so you know it'd come together for him at some point.
Chandler Freeman goes with the sliding curve outside. Jacob Nelson swings through it, and he picks up a 3rd strikeout on the drop 3rd that Matt McGann is able to throw over in time to Jake Baker. That's out number 2 here in the 4th. As now Freeman will be looking for a 1-2-3-4th again.
Really good sign. He gets the first hitter out, inside fastball. When you're getting through the lineup for a second time, you got to use that inside fastball more. So good for him got an inside called strike on that last hitter and then buries him with a slider. So if he can keep working both sides like that, he'll be in good shape.
Chandler Freeman, very nice work on the mound so far. Ground ball down the 3rd baseline goes foul. Mike McGinnis will grab it anyway over by field manager Trevor Cho for the Chinooks. Freeman looking to go 4 full on the mound for the first time this season, and now his 3rd start and 5th overall appearance.
See if he goes back to the slider.
0-1 now to Matthew Dupre, as the breaking ball just misses inside. Freeman, a guy who hadn't started a game since the spring of 2022 before this summer. Now into his 3rd start with the Woodchucks. 1-1 to Dupre. The Xavier Musketeer swings through the elevated fastball. think he works around the counter, just tries to go at him with the 1-2.
You just beat him with a fastball there. I'd say probably can go buried slider again here. Don't want to double up the fastball, especially if he lined out last time.
1-2.
There's the slider.
And he does go with the slider. Oh, he just foul tipped it off. From the angle here, it looks like McGann might have caught it, but did not. Must have hit the dirt right in front of him or something like that.
It's a good spot to be working with that pitch, though.
You a turf guy or a dirt guy?
Turf guy all the way.
1-2 is fouled off again by Dupre. He's looking to keep the inning alive for Lakeshore, whereas Freeman is looking to pick up his 4th straight 1-2-3 to start this game. Trying to put the Woodchucks into the 5th, still up by a score of 1-0. Freeman, 1-2. High inside fastball. It's not a bad pitch there after a couple of foul balls.
No, definitely not. Definitely want to try and induce a swing on that one there, but if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss. You don't want to be missing over the middle to a 3-hole, nobody on base, 2 outs. If he goes back to the slider here, he doubles up the fastball.
2-2. That one clips the low outside corner.
Perfect.
Freeman gets Dupre looking. That is strikeout number 4 for the right-hander, and he has gone 1-2-3. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but a 4th time. And the Woodchucks will still be up 1-0 as we head into the 5th inning here from Kapco Park on the Chucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Matt McGann leads it off for the Woodchucks here in the 5th, the catcher from Albion College. And he was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. That came back in the second. Logan Doberstein into his 5th inning of work on the mound. Has already gone 2 more full innings than his longest outing. And now he's into a 5th. His first start this summer for the Chinooks has gone pretty well, as McGann pulls one way ahead of it. That's kind of similar to some of the pulls you've had where you get a little ahead of it too.
Yeah, you just get excited and see the fastball show up inside, 2-1, try and do too much damage.
Oh, another one right toward our press box. Goes a little bit to the right of it. In the first 5 games there's played here, there's not been one ball that has come like right at this press box. And that has been 2 in this one today.
Ball will find you when you least expect it.
Happy Sunday, I guess. McGann is down swinging. Another breaking ball by Doberstein. And that is the 5th strikeout for the Lakeshore right-hander. who only had 2 strikeouts coming into this game on the mound.
All right, so players, it's time to cheer for beer.
So now it's the second baseman, Jacob Boos, who is their beer batter in this game. You ever been a beer batter?
Yeah, I was a beer batter in my first game in Madison last year, actually.
Ah. Did you give any free beer out?
I did not. I'm proud of that one.
Attaway. There you go.
Almost dropped the bunt down though after that.
You bunting? Huh.
Hey, it's easier to look. Good decision by Lakeshore. Having the guy named Blue be the beer batter. That joke's now lost on me.
2-1 to Boos, who swings through the pitch. It's now a 2-2 count. No batting gloves either. No batting gloves either for Jacob Boos.
Oh yeah, you love that. Their team's complete without a good no batting glove set.
Yep, there they go with that chant again. They really want to give some away. Payoff pitch to Boos is taken just outside. Oh, fans aren't too happy about that one. But Jacob Boos reaches for the first time in his return to Wausau since last summer.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's just helping these fans pace themselves.
Oh, yeah. It's a Sunday afternoon, after all.
Yeah, it's only 2 o'clock. You know how Wisconsinites do it. The night is young.
I guess it's always 5 o'clock somewhere when you're in Wisconsin, huh?
Exactly.
Dwight Allen up for the second time in the game with the base runner on and Jacob Boos. Checked back at first base by Dauberstein, nothing doing. Dwight Allen, like we were talking about, with 2 doubles in 2 games played, 2 for 3 night. Really nice night to play besides being the final out of the game last night. Got punched out. Found a way to get on base 4 out of 5 times he could last night. And now is on base for a 5th of 6 in these 2 games. 2-0 from Dauberstein taken outside. The Kansas State Wildcat now dealing with a 3-0 count to Dwight Allen, who's going to reach base for a second time today already. No way he has a green light here, right?
No, absolutely not. 9-hole, got the top of the order coming up.
Yep, didn't need it. He takes an inside pitch, and that is now back-to-back walks thrown by Logan Dauberstein. Does Chris Wilsey call signs any different than Moss did?
I wouldn't think so. No, it's summer ball, so it's been pretty simple. Just letting guys do their thing. Pretty much the only thing is getting a red light, telling them, hey, no steal situations, stuff like that. But they're pretty good about it. They're pretty much telling us, just knowing your own talents. If you think you can grab a bag, but just be smart about it in the right situations. And I mean, you know me when I'm running the base, I'm always trying to get that extra bag, and they've been nothing but encouraging about that. So they're just letting us play our game. I mean, it's really good. See what Mike can do for us here.
You are quite the aggressive player, I will say.
Yeah.
Especially on the base path. You love trying to. When he went for that triple in Green Bay, or I guess that was just a double that went off the right field wall. But he did go for a triple once too, and you banged your head into the dirt. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it wasn't great. Had a spitting up blood for a couple innings.
Oof.
But, see, that's why I like the turf. I'm a terrible diver,
right.
So it kind of masks how bad I am at diving because the turf could save you rather than just planting into the mud like it did in Fond du Lac.
It's not the best dirt there either.
No, definitely not. Especially after a rain delay.
Oh boy, right.
Just eating mud out there.
0-1?
No.
Ooh. High pitch taken by Mike Adair for strike 2.
You think third time through? That's a 78 pitch. This guy's probably going to get the bullpen hot here pretty soon. Depends on how he can get these next 2 guys.
Adair into center field on a blooper. Chris Wilsey is going to hold up Jacob Boos at third. But that will load the bases. Adair picks up his second hit of the game.
Second 0-2 hit, too. It's not easy to do.
Right.
That's indicative of a good approach. That's a mature 22-year-old in the box. There's a reason he's leading off.
Absolutely. His return to Wausau, unfortunately, he can't be called a seasoned veteran because he did take that little month break after just being a temporary guy at first, but he played really nicely in his time here, so they're like, come on back, Mike, we could use you. He's a very good outfielder. Jesse Donahoe now looking to put the Woodchucks in front by even more than just one run with bases loaded here. Only one out in the fifth. Just avoid a ground ball, please.
Well, that's the swing to be avoiding a ground ball. It's a good approach in a lot of times.
0-1 taken just outside. Yeah, that's been a very wide strike as opposed to yesterday. You can tell the batters are seeing it differently than yesterday.
Well, especially on the sliders. See, Adair got one there too. He landed. It's so easy to just quit on it, especially the day before.
Donahoe foul tips the 0-2 back behind the head of Matt Dupre. 0 for 1 is Jesse. He's been walked and then was caught stealing in that pickup attempt that would end up scoring Dwight Allen from third. 0-2 again is taken high and outside.
Be interesting to see if he tries to go back to that slider, try to backdoor him, but guy on third, if you spike it, really big backstop here. So if you got one run, you got DA on second, could even be two. So we'll see.
1-2, and Donahoe is punched out, takes a fastball up in the zone. That's a tough one. Tough call by Jeffrey Osborne, home plate umpire. And that's now strikeout number 6 for Logan Doberstein, and second of the inning. As now it'll be Drew Berkland who looks to come to the plate and deliver for the Woodchucks with bases loaded. Berkland hits one in the air. It is going into shallow center, and coming up to make the grab is Gabe Resser. That is a wasted opportunity for Wausau. Stuff this team has struggled with this season is leaving runners on base, and they do leave bases loaded stranded. That will end it here for the top of the fifth. Wausau still leads 1-0 as Chandler Freeman is coming back for his 5th inning of work when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Chandler Freeman is back on the dirt mound on the turf field here at Kapco Park, facing off first against Joey Spence here in the 5th. Has retired every batter faced so far, as Joey Spence grounded out to Jake Baker in his first at-bat. The Notre Dame first baseman. You guys play Notre Dame at all at Evansville?
We never played at Notre Dame. They played Southern Indiana once. And Southern Indiana's in Evansville, so we went and
Right.
watched that. That was in the fall, my freshman year. It was like a charity game, but they never played us. We'd love to play them, obviously, but you know how scheduling works.
1-1 from Freeman to Spence. Ground ball into right field, and that will be the first base runner of the game that Chandler Freeman has allowed. I didn't want to say the thing yet, but Lakeshore has picked up their first hit of the game, and it comes here in the bottom of the 5th inning thanks to Joey Spence.
That's a tough one.
The Woodchucks have had a few no-hit bids that have gone into the latter part of the 5th inning a couple different times. You had Ethan Pecco way earlier this year throw 7 of the combined no-hitter against Fond du Lac. That was one of the more fun ones to announce, I'll say. And that is a broken bat grounder that is sent over to Jacob Boos at second base, almost working like a sacrifice for Sam Honar. As now Joey Spence is in score position at second base.
Good play by Booth there, waiting on Jake, making sure he's at the bag so you don't have to create a rush play. He's got plenty of time on a soft liner like that, so good job by him not rushing anything, getting you out. Knowing where you're out in the field, it's a good play.
I feel like those are always a little tough to play too, just because you never know what spin it might have with the broken bat.
Exactly, and with that, it's obviously easier on turf, but I can definitely hit a rock or something on dirt. So that's a good play. Good, really slowed it down there. It was nice.
So now with 1 out comes Adam Kootway. A nice pitch from Freeman up in the zone that Kootway swings under. Kootway, the right fielder from UW-Whitewater, struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Now 0 for 4 in the series with a walk and a hit by pitch as well. 2 stolen bases for Kootway that came last night. In the 7th inning, 0-1 with Spence still at second base is well inside, and Freeman has hit Kootway. Second time in 2 days Kootway has been hit by a pitch. I guess the silver lining there is that the double play ball is back in effect now, though.
Yeah, definitely. Nothing wrong with that as long as you can get ahead of this guy right here.
And here's the guy who did actually put one on the ground last time he came to the plate, and Sam Baumhoff. So if he can do that again, the Woodchucks might be able to get themselves out of the inning here.
I was thinking that last batter that the guy in second might try to take third, especially if they got us on that a few times yesterday. But be surprised to see it here with the guy with an open side lefty hitter. Plenty of room for McGann to work back there.
Yeah, the stolen base attempts certainly worked in favor of Lakeshore yesterday.
Definitely. Putting a little more emphasis on trying to hold these guys on second base. You see them getting those jump shuffle leads and just going right into a steal off them. Hard to get a guy on third when they're getting jumps like that.
The 0-1 taking a little outside and low by Freeman to Baumhoff.
Little bit of trouble with the fastball command there. A couple spikes in the inning, a couple sails. We landed that slider first pitch, so I'm going to go back to that here if that's a strike pitch.
Let's see if he does it. 1-1. And that is a line into right center field. Lakeshore is going to send the tying run home. And they're going to send both home as well. The play at the plate is going to be in time. They sent all the way from first base Adam Kootway, and he is thrown out on the relay. So Lakeshore does tie the game. And it looks like Trevor Cho's going to argue that Matt McGann was standing in the way of home plate.
Yeah, they're saying he didn't establish his lane. That's probably what he's trying to say there. It's going to be a hard argument to make, though, because that guy diving in there, he went straight in. He didn't go. You can establish your own baseline coming home.
Right.
So he established his baseline straight over the white line. If he would have gone out towards foul territory and had trouble diving in, they might be able to make that call. But he can't make that call if the guy's diving straight in there.
Well, Lakeshore has tied the game, but fortunately, being thrown out at home was Adam Kootway. 9-4-2 rally for out number 2. But Lakeshore has tied the game at 1. They have 2 hits here in the 5th. I want to say that the game was tied in the 5th yesterday as well when it was tied because Wausau scored 1 after the 5 runs by Lakeshore in the 4th.
Yeah, we had a 4-run inning.
5 for them as well. This is a ground ball to Donahoe. They'll just take the little put out at second. Donahoe throws it to Boos, and that will do it on the fielder's choice by Becker. And that is out number 3. Lakeshore ties it, though, thanks to 2 hits and an RBI single by Sam Vomhoff. It's 1-1 into the 6th here from Kapco Park. Jacob Doberstein out there for another inning when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
I love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Sixth inning here from Kapco Park in Mequon. 1-1 game between the Woodchucks and the Chinooks. Wausau looking to try and break that 4-game losing streak now that dates back to last Friday night against Rockford, after not playing on Thursday or Friday due to rain with Wisconsin Rapids. Speaking of, doubleheader tomorrow back at Athletic Park. The Woodchucks back at home against Wisconsin Rapids for 2 games, a 9-inning game that will be resuming at 4:05 tomorrow, and then they'll be followed shortly after by a 7-inning game, which will be game 2 of the doubleheader. They'll play 2 different doubleheaders against Wisconsin Rapids next week. But tomorrow, make sure to come out to Athletic Park for game 1 of the doubleheaders. Mike McGinnis is the leadoff batter here in the inning. He sends one into deep left field, but not deep enough at the warning track. Making the grab is Drew Townsend. Oh, Mike almost had that one.
Yeah, that's a good swing. Those are the most annoying ones because you hit that. You hit it at home so many times this year. You're used to that ball leaving. I mean, 3:04, that's in our bullpen. They're doing the dance out there right now for at home. So it's a good swing.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Happened to Jake yesterday. Might happen to him again today, honestly.
Possibly. And Brigham yesterday hit one right underneath the yellow, too.
Yeah, that was on the line. We were talking about that's probably the hardest hit ball we've seen in the Northeast this year. If not, one of them, definitely.
Baker fouls off the 1-0. I want to say you had probably the furthest one I've seen at Athletic Park this year, the one that went over our scoreboard at part of your, is that the 2 home run game you had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely the farthest ball I've ever hit here, for sure.
I said adios amigo to that one on the broadcast.
I remember that. The screen recorded in my phone.
All right. Love to hear that.
And you going, why not, Mark Schellenberger? Run around the bases on the second one.
Well, you only had 3 home runs all of last year with the Chucks, and you already have 3 this season, so
yeah.
Not too bad. Baker, well-hit ball into center field, but not well enough, as going back to grab it is Gabe Ressler. 2 deep flyouts that have started the inning here in the 6th for the Woodchucks.
Yeah, definitely starting to get to him third time through, but just got to get a few fortunate barrels landing in the glove. I mean, seems like the guy kind of getting loose over there, but he's not going to really get hot until somebody gets on base. So he can keep getting lucky with these flyouts. He might feel it working in the 7th.
It's now the 3rd straight flyout. Going back to the 5th, Drew Berkland flew out that ended the inning. That was a lot more shallow, more of like a pop out, but it's a flyout because of the fact it was caught by an outfielder. And then 2 deep fly balls hit by McGinnis and Baker have started the inning here. And now it's Trent Van Ness is up for a 3rd time. He's 0 for 2, with one of them being a flyout, of course. I took a little half swing at the 1-1 and fouled it down the first base line that went over by the mascot for the Chinooks, Gill, over there. 1-2. In the dirt on the breaking ball goes Doberstein.
All right, he goes back-to-back sliders there, gets him on a check swing, and then he spikes that one. Waste pitch, no chance of swinging. Do you think he goes third slider, or do you think he tries to freeze with a fastball here? I'd throw another slider.
Righty-righty matchup, too. Van Ness from Two Rivers, Wisconsin, making his Northwoods League debut. Let's see if he can keep the inning alive. Oh, they're going to call a pitch clock violation on Doberstein. So that'll be ball 3 now. Don't really see those very often. Pitcher's been pretty good about that, I feel like. Well, now payoff pitch, 2 outs to Van Ness. It is a ground ball that goes foul on the third base line. That went underneath the glove of Vomhoff, too. If only that would have stayed fair.
That would have been nice. Could have gotten us going. If we can find a way to just get on base here, I'd like to see McGann face this guy a third time.
Payoff is taken low. And now we will see McGann face off against him once again. McGann, a guy who does have power, just haven't really seen too much of it. He hit a ball that was crushed at Athletic Park. I want to say it was against Kokomo. That would have been a 3-run home run, too. So Matt McGann, that ball did go foul, the one I was talking about. But that one was absolutely towered by Matt McGann.
Definitely seeing the ball well. Let's see if he can get a good one right here.
Oh! That is a fastball that was way inside of McGann. Second time he's been hit in the game by Doberstein. That's got to be a little frustrating for Matt.
Hey, hitting's hard. If they're going to throw at you, give you free bases. Helping your team. Good for the OBP.
Well, now he's 0 for 1 with 2 hit by pitches, so that's going to bring on Jake Carlson, the pitching coach for the Chinooks. As it looks like now getting hot in the bullpen as a pitcher for the Chinooks. Want to say it's number 45, Parker Johnson. That's what we were saying it looks like down there.
If you want a jersey in our jersey auction,
what do you think of these jerseys they're wearing, the camouflage ones?
So what theme are they doing? I was trying to figure out. They call them the Chinook helicopters.
So yeah, that's like what those military helicopters are that have those like 2 things that fly on the side.
Really?
Yeah, those are called Chinook helicopters. Yeah.
Ah,
And I guess it's a military and veteran appreciation weekend here too, which is pretty cool.
Now they're pretty cool. It's definitely a unique brand of camo.
It is.
I'm a fan. I wasn't sure what it was yesterday.
Also, what were your opinions on the highlighted green uniforms you were wearing the other night?
Oh yeah, I like those.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're goofy, but it's a nice change of pace.
That one is sent to Trey Becker at second base by Jacob Boos on the first pitch swinging, and the Woodchucks will once again leave base runners stranded. That's 2 left on base. Now 5 if you go back to bases loaded in the 5th. Mark Schaumburg sticking around for one more half inning as the Woodchucks head back out on defense here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Chandler Freeman is still out there on the mound for the Woodchucks. He is looking to go into the 6th inning. We do have an arm warming up now. It is a left-hander in the bullpen. Can't see a number on who that is down there. He's getting warm.
You need to get a pair of binoculars.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly, especially in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, that's what we do at Evansville. Had our dugout binoculars guy to check and see what was happening in the opposing bullpen.
I usually have a pretty good view at home because they have the monitor that they can always pan over to the bullpen with the camera, either side. So it's like, oh, that's who it is. Okay.
You saying Lakeshore doesn't have the digs like that?
Well, when you're just streaming off a computer,
oh yeah, I guess.
Probably pretty difficult.
Yeah. We're running the skeleton crew today. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One-man setup. 1-1 to Gabe Wrestler. Taking low and outside on a fastball. Gabe Wrestler is 0 for 1, flew out in his first at-bat. 3-hit night last night for this guy. Took himself to 38 hits on the season. One of the all-stars for the Chinooks, Gabe Wrestler, showing why he was an all-star last night. 2-1 from Chandler. High and inside.
Just starting to get bigger with that fastball. Be interesting to see. You got a lefty on deck, got a lefty kind of getting loose over there. So if he's fully hot, it'd be interesting to see if they take him out. What Rossi will do coming up here.
3-1, and that is taken low and outside. Freeman misses on the fastball once again. And now with lefties coming up. And the top of the order up for the Chinooks and Drew Townsend. You do have to wonder if Ross might go out there and talk to Chandler for a little bit. It might be Dylan Ackerman is warming up in the pen. And that is going to be a stolen base for Gabe Wrestler. He is well in there safely. Great jump off Chandler Freeman. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Dylan Ackerman warming up in the bullpen. Looks like it's number 38. And he is a lefty, so that would definitely make sense. So now the Chinooks have the leading run at second base. No outs. And a 1-0 count to Drew Townsend, who is 0 for 2. Freeman, the 1-0. Elevated fastball just misses high. Feels like he's called that a strike a few times right where it went in. That is going to draw Ross Davis out of the pitching mound, though. Or out to the pitching mound, I should say.
Yeah, those up and away ones are tough, especially you see the catcher kind of come up on it and then pull down on it with his wrist. Those are, especially from this back view, it's tough to see up and down. But it did look good. Good to see him getting a little closer on his misses there.
It'll be a 2-0 count when Davis and the infield retreats to their respective positions in the bullpen, or the dugout rather. As Davis going out there to maybe tell Freeman just try and get through a batter or two before Ackerman might come in. This is already by far the longest outing of the season for Freeman. Already 5 full on the mound. Like mentioned coming in, his longest outing was 3 full against these Lakeshore Chinooks before that game would be sent into a rain delay, a really long rain delay. But that game still ended by 10:30, which is wild to say. Hour and a half rain delay still ended by 10:30. That is a ball that's popped up into foul territory. Mike McGinnis is watching it, and he'll make the grab. That is a nice first out here in the 6th.
That's really nice. Sometimes the pitcher, it's 2-0. You know you're nearing the end of your start. Sometimes you just got to see how far he can hit it, throw him a cookie, and see what can happen. And Townsend a little late on that one. And again, those are the kind of pitches you make. Just kind of thinking and dodging hitters' counts. That's really good by Chandler there.
Just getting that first out in the inning has to give him so much more confidence, too. Now he's facing off against the right-handed batting Jacob Nelson, who he has struck out once in the game already. Oh, big bounce over to third by Gabe Wrestler. He is in there so safely.
See, he wouldn't do that with no outs, and he also wouldn't do that with a lefty hitting. You got that open side from McGann, so you got a righty there. He jumps at first pitch. So
Gabe Wrestler.
I got to move the infield in.
Now with 10 stolen bases on the season. Or no, I'm saying 19. 19 stolen bases on the season. Oh.
It was a little low, must have been. See, now you got back-to-back righties up, so you can at least go for a strikeout, throw some sliders, as long as you're not bouncing them.
Right, the 1-1 to Nelson is a ground ball to Donahoe. Oh, it's under his glove. He was going to try and throw it home. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a hit or an error. Donahoe is trying to be aggressive and throw it home off the ground ball, but it goes under his glove, and that will give Lakeshore the lead of 2-1. So reaching on error is going to be Jacob Nelson. Well, that would have been a fielder's choice anyway. So he's on with fielder's choice, and Wrestler scores on error by Donahoe. So now that's 9 errors in the set by the Woodchucks. As now Lakeshore's trying to steal another base. This is a fly ball into right field. This is going to be a quick play at the bag, but they won't even try to make the throw. Will Trent Van Ness to Jake Baker. Not a terrible idea in case it gets away from Baker on the throw. DePrey flies out right away. Looked at the hit, a run might have been on there.
Yeah, definitely. First pitch right there. He's got a great jump over there. He might have been protected by the swing. Saw the middle infield do a little deep play there. Try to do a little phantom double play turn. Try to keep him at second. Almost worked out. A little too deep on the fly ball there.
Now the infield playing pretty, or at least Jacob Booth playing pretty deep for Joey Spence, which is not a bad call. He did hit his single right over that direction where Booth is standing now. 1-0 to Joey Spence to put the first hit of the game on the board for Lakeshore. He swings and misses, but the pitch goes through the legs of Matt McGann. So advancing to second is Jacob Nelson. Pass ball. 1-1 count to Joey Spence, who picked up his 41st hit of the season in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 day for Spence. Even with the outing he's had, unfortunately right now, Chandler Freeman is in line for the loss, down 2-1 now, which is a shame to say.
Never want to walk somebody as a pitcher, but third time, guy in second, 2 outs, outing's almost over. There's nothing wrong with working around this guy versus giving him a cookie. Different situations, guy on second, no outs, versus guy on second, 2 outs.
He's one of their better hitters without a doubt as well.
Yeah, he's already seen him twice.
2-1. Tried to go with the outside fastball, but it just missed. Spence has given the Woodchucks some problems. I believe 2 of his 10 doubles have come against Wausau. Both at Athletic Park, I want to say.
I've seen him turn it loose here if it's anywhere near the zone.
3-1.
Yep, see that?
He did check the swing. That was an outside pitch, too. Lays off that's ball 4. He's out to first base, but the at-bat stays alive. Chandler goes slider here, you think?
I would go slider here. I think he went slider on that 2-1 that just missed. So if he's got the confidence, then he might get to freeze him, especially if he's that dead red.
3-2.
That's it. Come on.
Goes with the fastball. It's sent into foul territory and will not be playable for McGinnis down there. Just got to get some bats cracking if you're the Woodchucks after this. They have 2 extra base hits in the game. Adair and Allen with doubles each. But the problem is both of them have been stranded on the base path. Well, I guess Allen is the 1-run scored. But Adair being stranded was tough in the first as well. 3-2, swing and a miss. Chandler Freeman, that is a massive strikeout of Joey Spence, being down the count 3-1 and just working his way back up. If that is it for Chandler Freeman, what a fantastic outing by the right-hander, the Baylor Bear. And hopefully his offense can help him out. But Mark, great having you up here. Thank you for coming up.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hope to have you on again sometime.
We're gonna win.
Absolutely. I'll have the rest of the call for you when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
After 6 full innings of work on the mound, I think both starting pitchers are going to be done, as coming into the game is Parker Johnson for the Lakeshore Chinooks. Another right-hander who is coming in for the 5th time, has 2 2/3 of work under his belt, has allowed 4 hits, 7 runs all earned, has walked 1, struck out 2, has an opposing batting average of 400 and a whip of 1.88. He's first facing off against Dwight Allen as his first pitch misses in the dirt. Or the turf, rather, you would say. Parker Johnson, a 23.63 ERA as his finds the first strike of this outing. Throws one to Allen. The UIC Flame, Illinois, Chicago, Parker Johnson. Brissy, Illinois native. Oh, a nice little curveball there by Johnson, who makes Allen look at it. Last time out was a 2/3 of an inning appearance against the Madison Mallards a week ago today. Allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, and 4 batters faced. 1-2 to Allen. Is a curveball, spiking curveball, is taking outside. Allen is 1 for 1 with 2 5th inning as he takes high and inside on the fastball. Does the Georgia Bulldog Dwight Allen, batting in the 9-hole back-to-back days. He has now reached base in 6 of 7 possible tries. 4 times on base yesterday, twice on base today. Can he do it again? Payoff pitch. He puts a ground ball down the third base line. Picking it up. Oh, they're saying it went foul? Oh, no. He picked it up in fair territory. Vomhoff picked it up in fair territory. That's not the right call. Vomhoff picked that up in fair territory. It hadn't gone foul yet. But home plate umpire Jeff Osborne said it went foul. Now, that's a tough break for the Woodchucks. Let's see if Allen can try and do that again. 3-2. Oh, broken bat. And he fouls it off. Splinter that one. So now Dwight Allen had to get himself a new bat, put some pine tar on it, and try the 3-2 for a third time. Dwight Allen looking to get some offense started for the Woodchucks here, as Chandler Freeman has gone 6 full on the mound. Only has allowed 2 hits, but has allowed both runs, unfortunately. Oh, the second one might not necessarily be earned. Probably will be, but because of the fact there was an error that scored him, might not be earned. So payoff for a third time with a new bat, and it's taken low and outside. Dwight Allen is on base for the 3rd time in the game. Second walk, and he stays 1 for 1 with that double and a run. That will bring up the top of the order once again for the Woodchucks. Last time Allen led off the inning, he would come around to score. So let's see if the third will repeat itself here in the top of the 7th now for the Woodchucks. It's been 2 unanswered so far by the Chinooks in the 6-hit game combined. Johnson first pitch to Adair, and he is behind it. Strike 1. Johnson, the 6'3" right-hander, 200 pounds from Brissy, Illinois. Redshirt freshman with the UIC Flames. Missouri Valley Baseball. 0-1 as Adair hits this one up the middle, and that is a tough break for the Wood. Stealing second was Dwight Allen, and because of the fact he was running over there, already heading that way was Jacob Nelson. He just let the ball come right to him. Adair hits a single, which would have been his 3rd of the game, and instead he grounds into a double play because of the fact that Dwight Allen was already trying to run for second. A 4-3 double play. Or a 6-3 double play, rather. So now with 2 outs, it's Jesse Donahoe. 0 for 2 with a walk. And he's looking to keep the inning alive against Parker Johnson. First time that Johnson is facing off against the Woodchucks this season. Outside fastball clips the zone for strike 1. One to Donahoe. Way outside on the fastball. Donahoe looking for his first hit of the night. And he takes the off speed on the outer half of the zone for strike 2. 2 strikes that have clipped that part that Donahoe has watched go by him, which yesterday are not strikes. Today they are, though. Matthew Metcalf yesterday was calling the strike zone a lot differently than Jeffrey Osborne is today. 2-2 to Donahoe is inside on the fastball. So now the count is full of 2 outs as Donahoe looks to keep the inning alive against Parker Johnson. Payoff pitch. Inside fastball. Donahoe has been walked for the second time of the game. Tying run aboard here at 2 outs as Drew Berkland will come to the plate.
Designated hitter, Drew Berkland.
First pitch to Berkland is a fastball that clips the low inside corner. Strike 1 to the Minnesota Golden Gopher from Wayzata, Minnesota, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Only has a couple days left with the Woodchucks before he heads back home and to school. 0-1. Way outside. Gets away from Matthew Dupre. And Donahoe will take second base. So Berkland can tie this game up if he is able to hit a single. Had an RBI single yesterday, a part of a 1 for 5 night. Couple flyouts to center field for Berkland already in this game. Back-to-back flyouts. 1-1. High fastball. Donahoe is not even being looked at second base currently. He just got a ginormous lead. Nearly halfway between the second base and third base bags. Trying to get a good jump on a hit if Berkland makes contact. 2-1. Berkland takes it inside. Count is 3-1. As Drew will look to keep the inning alive for Mike McGinnis, who is on deck. And Mike McGinnis hit a well-hit fly ball to left field, but this ballpark is not easy to hit home runs at. 3-1. Berkland takes it low and inside. He has reached base for the first time. That's back-to-back walks allowed by Hunter Johnson. Or Parker Johnson, rather. Parker Johnson. Now dealing with Mike McGinnis in a righty-righty matchup. There is a right-hander warming up in the pen for the Chinooks. Just getting warm as McGinnis takes the first pitch in the turf. On deck, you got Jake Baker, who also hit a well-hit fly ball to center field his last time up and hit one towards the right field wall that just landed in front of it. In his first step at a home run that would have happened at Athletic Park. Same thing with Mike McGinnis as well. 1-0, and McGinnis puts it on the ground. It's a soft roller. McGinnis might have a chance to beat it out, but he won't, as Trey Becker is able to get there in time and throw out McGinnis at first. That'll do it for the 7th as Wausau leaves another 2 base runners stranded. And that is now 7 left stranded in the past 3 innings. Woodchucks trail 2-1 into the bottom half of the inning as Dylan Ackerman is the new pitcher of the game for Wausau Windjamers when we come back on the Chucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids lit, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Will Charlton here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Lakeshore leads a 2-1 into the bottom of the 7th as they're looking to sweep the Woodchucks for the first time. Back-to-back sweeps and a 5th straight loss as well. If you go back to not this past Friday night, but the Friday night before that, the Woodchucks still have not won a game since the Thursday prior against Rockford in that 7-4 win against the Rivets. On the mound is now the left-hander from Wausau, Wisconsin, Dylan Ackerman, the Loras College product in Iowa, who has already made one appearance with the Woodchucks this summer as the 1-0 hit the leadoff batter in Sam Honar. So Honar reaches for the first time, and he is the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. Ackerman, 4.5 ERA, .5 walks and hits per innings pitch rate. 2 full innings on the mound of work. 2 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, 1 run was earned, and a 143 opposing batting average. For Dylan Ackerman, who throws first pitch ball to Adam Kootway, lefty-righty matchup. Only the second pitcher in the game for the Woodchucks, which is definitely a good thing considering got 2 doubleheaders coming up in the next week, as going to second and safely stealing second will be Sam Honar. Honar is 3rd stolen base in now 9 games played. Dylan Ackerman's 2nd summer with the Woodchucks. Made 2 appearances, was 0-2 last summer. And his first appearance came against Kokomo last Saturday in the 12-8 loss. He goes fastball. It's elevated in the zone for strike 1 to Kootway. Kootway 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, as well as being thrown out at home on that relay back in the 5th that scored Lakeshore their first run, the RBI single by Sam Vomhoft, as fouling off the 2-1 is Kootway now, and he is now down 2-2. Last summer in 2 appearances on the mound for the Woodchucks, 0-2, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 11 runs, 10 earns, walked 12, and only struck out 3 for Ackerman. As it's a ground ball hit to third base, Mike McGinnis plays it and will throw it to Jake Baker in time for out number 1. That's a good out number 1 as Honar could not move from second. So now with Honar down, that'll bring up Sam Vomhoff, who is now only playing his 3rd game with the Chinooks, the Creighton Blue Jay. Kansas game batting .200. And that might be up now that he picked up his 3rd hit of the season as well. That single that came back in the 5th, the RBI single, that would score Lakeshore their first run of the game, which was only one of 3 runs combined so far. Lakeshore only with 2 hits, and one of them being from Vomhoff in the game. 1-0 from Ackerman, lefty-lefty matchup. Going to third and stealing it. Honar now at third base with only 1 out. And a 2-0 count to Vomhoff. Infield playing in. The last run scored due to a ground ball escaping the glove of Donahoe, the only error so far in the game by either side. Wausau, a team who put up the most errors by a team this season in the Northwoods League last night, 8 in the game. 8 runs, 8 hits, 8 errors last night for Wausau. That is something that is absolutely unheard of. Triple eights. Strike 2 to Vomhoff, and the 2-2 from Ackerman is taken outside on the off-speed pitch. Vomhoff has also grounded out. Him and Joey Spencer are the only 2 Chinook hitters who have hits in the game. This is a pop-up in the infield. Jesse Donahoe is going back for it, and he'll grab it for out number 2. So Vomhoff pops out, and that is a big second out for Ackerman here in the 7th.
The second baseman, number 3, Trey Becker.
So now it's Trey Becker. Who is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice. Swings and misses through the first pitch fastball by Dylan Ackerman. Now, like mentioned, in for the second time this summer. Made 10 appearances with 3 starts this past year with Loras College. D3 program. 0-1 off speed on the changeup in there for strike 2. He had a 6.43 ERA this past spring with Loras, a 1.86 walks and hits per innings pitch rate, 0-1 record, 21 innings on the mound, 22 strikeouts, 16 hits, 18 runs, 15 earned, 23 walks, and opposing batting average of .203. Inside breaking ball for ball 1 from Ackerman. 1-2 count to Trey Becker as Ackerman looks to keep the score only 2-1 into the 8th. Only 2 hours of game time so far. 1-2 is a ground ball down the third base line. Try the 1-2 once again between Ackerman and Becker. And Becker swings and misses. Dylan Ackerman picks up his 3rd strike as a Woodchuck this summer. And Becker is down swinging. That'll do it for the 7th inning. Neither side scores. And it is still 2-1 Lakeshore into the penultimate frame here as the Woodchucks need some offense and need it fast. Only 6 more outs to work with, down by a run, just like they were last night. We'll see if they can do it when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch. Or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
5, 6, 7 for the Woodchucks coming up here in the inning. As it'll be Jake Baker leading off. Against a new pitcher once again in the game for the Chinooks, this time in for the second night in a row. Yeah, that is new pitcher DJ Kogis for the Lakeshore Chinooks. So Parker Johnson goes one full inning as DJ Kogis in for the second straight night. He picked up the save of last night's game, the right-hander, who has missed on his first couple of fastballs to Jake Baker. Kogis, the 2-0 to the Kansas Jayhawk. Baker is sent down the first base line and foul. Kogis came in for the ninth and closed the door of last night's game. Picked up his first save on the season. And that was in for the sixth time. No decision record, but that one save, like I mentioned, a 6.35 ERA, a whip of 1.67, an opposing batting average of 316 as he misses on another fastball to Baker. It's 3-1. 5 2/3 on the mound, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 Ks, and 4 double Bs, 4 walks. Make that 5 walks. Jake Baker will lead off the inning on base for the Woodchucks. And he reaches for the second time. Well, the first time he was on base, he was thrown out at second on that hit he had to deep right field where Adam Kutwe made a nice rally to throw out the first baseman, Jake Baker. As now it's Trent Van Ness who has walked in his last at-bat as well. That came in the final inning of work for Logan Doberstein. He takes first pitch breaking ball for strike one, does Van Ness. Last night in the ninth, DJ Kogis came in for one batter, faced off against Dwight Allen and struck him out after 2/3 of the inning started by Blake Soder. As Trent Van Ness, 1-1 count. And he takes the fastball in the inner half for strike two. The right fielder from UW-Stevens Point, Two Rivers, Wisconsin native, has family here at today's game. Does Trent. Hit .264 this past season with Stevens Point, one of the better D3 programs in the WIAC. Lost in the playoffs to UW La Crosse. Had that crazy 25-20 game that he played in that La Crosse ended up winning. 46 hits with 9 doubles, 9 home runs this season for Van Ness as the fastball misses outside. And the count is full now to Van Ness. Also had 35 RBIs and was walked 24 times this season at Stevens Point. And that is a high curveball. Back-to-back walks has started the eighth here as the Woodchucks are looking to get the offense working. As now it'll be Matt McGann up for a fourth time. He is 0 for 1 with 2 hit by pitches. On deck will be Jacob Boos. Matt McGann, one of 6 strikeouts in the game for Logan Doberstein. He does not come around on the bunt attempt. Matt McGann thought about putting a bunt down. Alan Bryan at first base said nope. He held up. So 1-0 to Matt McGann, who, like mentioned, now playing in his 12th game as a Woodchuck. He does put the bunt down. It's a pretty good one. Jake Baker is going to head to third, and nearly coming off the bag was Trey Becker. Came over from second base to cover it. But Matt McGann does put the bunt down well, down the third base line. So Baker advances to third, and Van Ness now at second. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Woodchucks, with Jacob Boos coming to the plate. So now Jacob Boos, like mentioned, takes low outside fastball from DJ Kogis, the UW Milwaukee Panther. The right-hander. 1-0 is swung at by Boos, and stepping on the first base bag is Joey Spence. So that out does not move anyone, as Boos grounds out to Spence. And that'll be Dwight Allen, who is 1 for 1 with 2 walks, a double, and a run. His second double in just 2 games. As he takes first pitch curveball from Kogis for strike 1. The recent freshman, 6'3", 185 right-hander from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, DJ Kogis. Facing off against the Woodchucks for the 3rd time. Both outings have been a third of an inning only. And last night's happened to be for a save. And that is the 0-1 breaking ball for strike 2 that drops just into the lower half of the strike zone. So now Dwight Allen is down 0-2. He has to battle back here and not leave more runners stranded for the Woodchucks. They've left 7 in the last 3 innings. 0-2 from Allen. Just barely stays near Matthew Dupre. If that gets away from him, certainly Jake Baker's probably going to try for home with how big the backstop is here. So now 1-2 to Dwight Allen. The pitch from Kogis is in the dirt. Jake Baker's coming home, and we're tied at 2 apiece. Wild pitch from Kogis has advanced both runners. And the Woodchucks have tied it here in the 8th. Now Trent Van Ness is at 3rd, and if Dwight Allen can't get on base and maybe pick up a second hit in the game, he would score Van Ness. 2-2 from Kogis, and that one clips the upper half of the strike zone. He is punched out. That is out number 3, but the Woodchucks do tie it here in the top of the 8th. And now there is some new life. It's a brand new game as we head into the bottom half of the inning. And it's 2-2 as Dylan Ackerman heading back out there for the Woodchucks. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Dylan Ackerman will start off the bottom of the 8th inning against the 9-hitter Gabe Ressler, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. Ressler, who is 1 stolen base away from 20 on the season now. Looking to be the first man aboard for Lakeshore here in the inning. One of their all-stars, the 2 they had play in the all-star game this past Tuesday, him and Matthew Miller. As Wrestler takes the first pitch outside for ball 1, and the same thing there except high for ball 2. 2 fastballs from Ackerman. And the left-hander's 2-0 is taken high in general, just above the strike zone for ball 3 to Wrestler. Top of the order, and Drew Townsend is on deck. Or no, it looks like Lakeshore has a pinch hitter, Will Johannes, on deck, actually. And that is a 4-pitch walk to Wrestler. Wrestler, second walk. Wrestler came into this game with a .367 on base percentage. And 12 walks on the season. Took the lead. Wausau is up 8-6 going into the 8th yesterday.
Number 43, Will Johannes.
So now it's Will Johannes, the Madison College product, hitting in the spot of Drew Townsend. And he check swings on the first pitch from Dylan Ackerman. So now 0-1 is taken for 0-2. Off-speed pitch by Ackerman. And Johannes takes it high and outside for ball 1. Johannes comes into this game batting .214 in 32 games played. 25 hits on the season. And that'll be a punch out. He doesn't swing his bat once in the at-bat, and Ackerman will pick up a strikeout of Johannes. His second strikeout gets the pinch hitter looking. And that's out number 1 here in the 8th. As now it'll be Jacob Nelson. There is another arm loosening up in the bullpen for the Woodchucks. It looks like it might be Isaiah Piscitello from here. Yep, that is number 4, Isaiah Piscitello. You can tell by the red glove, too. First pitch outside to Nelson from Ackerman. As he is looking to get this game into the 9th, tied up at 2 apiece. 1-0. Low and outside on the fastball. To Jacob Nelson, who is 0 for 3 with a fielder's choice. That did drive in the leading run at the time in Gabe Wrestler. 2-0. Inside. 3-0. Ackerman did not find a spot once against Wrestler. And has not found a spot here against Nelson. 3-0. That is a fastball for strike 1 that clips the high outside corner. Jacob Nelson last night 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a single. And speaking of walks, there is a walk to Nelson. So that's the second walk allowed by Ackerman in the inning. And that'll bring up Matthew Dupre. And Ross Davis is heading out there. And he is going to signal to the bullpen for the Woodchucks. Isaiah Piscitello will be coming into the game to face off against Matthew Dupre. And we'll introduce Piscitello when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Isaiah Pichitello, the Wausau, Wisconsin native, just like Dylan Ackerman, is into the game. The soon-to-be St. Cloud State product transferring from Bryant and Stratton College in Wisconsin, making his 6th appearance with the Woodchucks in 9.35 earned run average, 2.19 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, 8 2/3 of work on the mound, 10 strikeouts, 10 hits, 11 runs, 9 of those being earned, and 9 walks. Also has a batting average against of .313. He's first facing off against Matthew Dupre, righty-righty matchup. Isaiah Pichitello loves the slider and the fastball. And Dupre hits a fastball. It is to Mike McGinnis. He gloves it. And the try for the force out at second will not be in time. I feel like that's a play where you just got to try to get out Dupre at first. So that'll just be a fielder's choice.
The first baseman, number 26, Joey Spence.
That'll go down as a fielder's choice for Matthew Dupre. But now the bases are loaded for Joey Spence. This is not a guy you want to have bases loaded against. Breaking ball, strike one from Pichitello. One out on the board with bases loaded here. Pichitello needs an out in a big way against Spence. Outside fastball for ball one from Pichitello. The right-hander just finished up his sophomore year. 1-1 is fouled off on another breaking ball. Pichitello hasn't been out in a while. But he's being asked to come into a pretty big spot here and keep this game tied into the ninth. 1-2 to Spence. Breaking ball. That is hit into the outfield. It will be caught by Mike Adair. But that will give Lakeshore the lead, as it'll be an RBI sac fly for Joey Spence. And now if you get just one of the batters out between Dupre or Nelson, the inning is over. But instead, that gives Lakeshore the lead of 3-2. So now Wausau is going to try and tie the game once again in the ninth. They answer the run scored by the Woodchucks in the eighth. Pichitello, and it's put on the ground off the first pitch seen by Sam Honar, and Jake Baker came off the bag on the throwover by Jacob Boos. Second error by the Woodchucks, keep seeing alive.
The right fielder, number 2, Adam Cooper.
Jacob Boos' throw that should have been made to Jake Baker took him off the bag. Errors have just really, really hurt the Woodchucks in this set. And clipping Adam Kootwe on the breaking ball was Pichitello. That drives in another run for Lakeshore. Lakeshore should not have 1 run in this inning. This inning should be over already. They shouldn't have even gotten the leading run, but now they have 2.
The third baseman, number 20, Sam Vamhoff.
So now it's Sam Vamhoff, with Lakeshore already up 4-2 now. Vamhoff checks the fastball for strike 1 from Piscitello. The right-hander's 0-1 is a ground ball that will go foul in the direction of Jake Baker. Hasn't come in since 10 days ago in the 7-4 win against Rockford. He went an inning and a third against the Rivets. Allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 3 and struck out 1, did Piscitello. Second stint in the Northwoods League. Last year was with Duluth. This is a ground ball that goes to Boos. And he has to make a quick play to first. This time he is out. Doesn't get the force out at second, but does throw out Vamhoff at first on the ground out. Lakeshore adds 2, though. And now all of a sudden, after this game should have been tied into the 9th, a misplay in the infield by McGinnis trying to throw out, at the time, was Nelson at second, kept the inning alive. And then the error by Boos scored another run. It's 4-2 Lakeshore as they're looking to now close another one and sweep the Woodchucks. Wausau needs 2 to tie or 3 to take the lead as we head into the bottom of the 9th here on the Chucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
In a game that should be tied into the 9th now, Lakeshore adds 2 runs off Wausau mishaps. What's new in this 2-game set? 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Woodchucks. 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Chinooks. 6 total runs, 6 total hits. As Mike Adair is who leads off the 9th inning for the Woodchucks. He's facing off first now against new pitcher Evan Jackson for the Chinooks, who comes into his 7th appearance with a 6.48 ERA, a 2.16 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, an opposing batting average of .281, a 1-0 record, 8 1/3 on the mound. 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 9 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 3-0 to Adair. Finds the low inside corner for strike 1 as Adair is looking to be the first base runner here in the inning. It'll be Mike Adair, Jesse Donahoe, Drew Berkland here in the 9th for the Woodchucks. 3-1. Adair hits it down the left field line but will go foul. Woodchucks risking losing their 5th straight game, which will have been adding on to the longest losing streak. 4 is currently the longest losing streak of the season. Payoff pitch to Adair is fouled off again, the exact same spot pretty much. Once again from Evan Jackson, and Adair fouls it off down the left field line again. Mike is looking to get the inning started for the Woodchucks. He has 2 hits on the game and would have had a third if Dwight Allen wasn't trying to steal back in the 7th. Adair fouls it off down the left field line again. Wow, he's really staying alive well here against Evan Jackson, the McHenry County College product in Illinois from Janesville, Wisconsin. 5'11" right-hander. And Adair works a walk. So the tying run will come to the plate now in Jesse Donahoe. Donahoe 0 for 2 with 2 walks. As Jackson, who spent last summer with a small stint with the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, now with the Lakeshore Chinooks in for the 7th time. Facing off against the Woodchucks for the 3rd time. Picked up the win when Lakeshore took down Wausau here 7-6 in a game that arguably lost the Woodchucks the first half title. 1-0 is taken low for ball 2 to Donahoe. 2 full innings against the Woodchucks then. Allowed 2 walks but struck out 3. No hits, no runs. And the last time out against the Woodchucks went 2 full, only allowing 1 hit, walking 2 and striking out 1. That was in the 8-7 win for the Woodchucks that Wausau was able to walk off Lakeshore on. Wausau has been without a hit since the 5th inning. 2-0. Donahoe swings it. It is to Trey Becker at second. And staying on the bag just barely was Jacob Nelson for the putout of Mike Adair. That would have been a big break if Nelson took his foot off the bag. But instead, it is a fielder's choice for Donahoe. And Adair is out at second. So now 1 out for Lakeshore. As Jackson is looking to come in and get a save. The Chinooks are on a 7-game losing streak, now looking to sweep Wausau. Drew Berkland comes to the plate, takes the first pitch breaking ball on the spiking curve by Jackson. Berkland is 0 for 3 with a walk. 1-0 from Jackson. Inside fastball for strike 1. Berkland disagreed. Home plate umpire Jeffrey Osborne called time there for a second. 1-1 to Berkland is fouled off. Got a little behind it. And it went foul over the stands behind the Chinooks dugout. One-two to Berkland. And Berkland hits it into center field. Gabe Ressler is there to make the grab for out number 2. Third flyout to Ressler by Berkland in the game. And now Wausau has one more out to work with. They're risking losing their 5th straight game and falling to a second half record of 9-13. Before the doubleheader tomorrow with Wisconsin Rapids. Inside first pitch to Mike McGinnis, who is looking to avoid being the last batter the Woodchucks bring to the plate in this game. Last night it was Dwight Allen who had the door shut on him, and Lakeshore would win the game. Now it's Mike McGinnis here in the 9th. McGinnis hits it on the ground. It is to Jacob Nelson. There's the put out at second base of Jesse Donahoe. Lakeshore wins it 4-2, and Wausau has been swept for back-to-back 2-game sets by the 2 worst teams in the respective halves of their division by record, Kokomo and Lakeshore. Wausau falls to 6-4 against Lakeshore on the season and has been swept. They lose the season series here on the road 2-4 to Lakeshore. Came in at 2-2 here at Kapco Park, and Ross Davis has not picked up a win yet as the acting manager. Wausau falls to 29-28 overall, 9-13 in the second half. Lakeshore to 10-15 in the second half, 24-35 overall. Tomorrow, the Woodchucks are back at Athletic Park for a doubleheader with Wisconsin Rapids. If you want to watch the resumption of Game 1, that game will be on ESPN Plus tomorrow. You can hear my call of that game on there. And the Game 2 will be a 7-inning game after the 9-inning game of Game 1. 4:05 first pitch of Game 1. The Game 2 will be as soon as Game 2 can get started after Game 1. Probably about 30 minutes, give or take. And that game will just be on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. 4:05 first pitch tomorrow once again. And today it is Wausau who gets swept by Lakeshore by a score of 4-2. 10 total errors in this 2-game set really hurt the Woodchucks, and they have now lost 5 straight games. Thanks for listening, everyone. I'm Will Charlton. We'll see you next time on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.